Right. Hi, guys, and welcome to our WWE Night of Champions prediction video. So, yes, I'm back with Callum for the next pay-per-view, and we are going back to Saudi Arabia for Night of Champions. Yes, the pay-per-view where every belt is defended. Well, most of them anyway. Um,
Yeah.
but we'll get to that. So yes, I'm glad they've brought it back as Night of Champions because the last few years it's been called Clash of Champions and hasn't been called Night of Champions, I don't think, since 2015. And that was when Seth Rollins defended the US belt and the world title on the same night against what was it, John Cena and Sting. It's a great show. 8 years ago. My goodness, that doesn't time fly. Eight years ago. I remember watching that live, going, "Oh God, I hope Sting's okay." And that was 8 years ago. Oh my God. Wow. Anyway, yes, Callum, are you looking forward to a Night of Champions?
Yeah, I guess. I said for Backlash that Backlash felt like more of a filler kind of show, and Night of Champions is going to be the kind of the main one where the titles were going to be on the line, and probably more would happen at this one. But yeah, I'm kind of hyped for it, but again, I don't know. I think I've just been the last few weeks. I've been watching the highlights and stuff, but maybe haven't been quite as into everything at the moment. But yeah, I'm
Mm.
sure it'll be good. You know, the backlash matches are mostly good, and so I'm sure this will too. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, the hype for Backlash was quite small, but then the show, I thought, for the most part, was really good. So I'm hoping Night of Champions will be. Oh, I'm more hyped for the show than I am for Backlash, though, because we've got
yeah,
lots of title
yeah.
matches, and obviously we're going to crown the new world heavyweight champion on this show. So should be looking forward to that. So yeah, let's get started then. We have 5 matches on the card, not loads, but I think one or two more will be added next week in terms of like US Championship and maybe I assume Rhea Ripley will get a defense too, but we'll get to that. So, yes, let's get started then. So we have a singles match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Yes, we have Gunther defending his belt, going up against Mustafa Ali. So, yes, on Raw, I think it was earlier this week, or one of the Raws anyway, Mustafa Ali, he won a battle royal to become the number 1 contender. That's it. There's no feud. It's just he just won a battle royal. I'll start with this one. I'm sure Mustafa Ali is going to get a big pop because of course, it's in Saudi Arabia. He'll get a big pop from the Saudi Arabia crowd. But I don't see him winning. I think this is just another match for Gunther to show his dominance. Really, I think. But Mustafa Ali will get a few good moves in. He'll hit a bunch of flips and stuff that or everything he does, everything he does. But there might be a few near falls. But yeah, I fully expect Gunther to retain because yeah, I just think he's having such a dominant run as IC champion, and I don't see it ending anytime soon. Maybe he loses it at SummerSlam, maybe, or I don't know. We'll see. But right now, yeah, I just think Gunther's on such a tear at the minute, and I don't think Mustafa Ali is not the guy to dethrone Gunther. As much as I like Mustafa Ali, he's good, but yeah, Gunther to retain, pretty straightforward. Who have you got, Callum?
Nothing more to say than Gunther. I think you basically summarised it all. I do not think Mustafa Ali is going to be the person to take the belt
Mm,
off Gunther. I'm
mm,
sure he's going to have the belt for quite a for a good long time from this, I imagine.
mm.
And I'm happy about it. He's the only champion right now that I'm not actually getting bored of. I would say. I mean, the one who's had the belt for a prolonged period of time, should I
Mm.
say? Um, and like I said in previous videos as well. But yeah, no, yeah, Gunter.
Okay, fair enough.
I know you're pointing at Roman, but we're going to talk
No,
about him
no.
later. I'm going to
Well,
give you my opinion.
pointing at both of
Oh,
them.
both of them.
Well, okay, right. Okay, well, next match. Okay, well, let's get to it then. We have a singles match for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. So yes, Bianca Belair defending her belt, going up against Asuka. So yes, this is a rematch from WrestleMania. Of course, Bianca beat Asuka at WrestleMania to retain. Then in the draft, they were both drafted to SmackDown. And then, of course, Bianca had this big celebration, didn't she? Celebrating her becoming the longest reigning women's champion of the modern era. And then Asuka came out, shook her hand, and then just went and spat all the green mist in her face, and then that's it. We've got a rematch. That's all it takes to get a rematch. You just spit green mist, and so Asuka heel turn, I think, because that's not really faces. She's just spitting mist, and Bianca was like, ah! Like it was acid. I was like, for God's sake. But anyway, so yes, rematch. I think this one's tougher to call. I did have Bianca beating Asuka at WrestleMania, and she did. But this time round, I think there's a good chance Asuka might dethrone Bianca here. But I'll start. You can start, Callum. Who have you got? Bianca retaining, and or will Asuka be the one to dethrone Bianca? Now she's the longest woman champion.
I think that the mist is supposed to, because I think commentary I've been saying it's some sort of like experimental mix, and it's like, and so obviously, like you said, Bianca acted like it was acid when it was first spat at her. So I'm not sure what Asuka's putting in that new mist, but yeah, I don't know really. I mean, who is? I mean, obviously the whole reason of splitting of crossing brands would be maybe to have different people to challenge Bianca, because of course I'm fairly certain Charlotte stayed on SmackDown, although she's away
Mm.
for a while. So there is that.
Ooh, yeah.
Um, I'm not really sure who else is on SmackDown realistically, but yeah, I don't know really. I think Oscar's little heel turn thing. I went for her at WrestleMania, and I feel like
Mm.
if they were going to give it to her, then we probably should have done it then. So I'm going to go for Bianca to retain again. I think. I mean, it's just a continuation of the WrestleMania feud. They're just kind of rehashing it. I'm not really
Mm.
sure if Asuka's likely to win. So yeah, Bianca to retain.
Mm. Out of all the matches on this card, this is the trickiest one in my opinion. Because I think Asuka's going to win. I think I don't see Asuka losing back-to-back matches, and I think people are saying, like you said, people are getting bored of Bianca now. She got booed at Backlash, but I think that's just because Io Sky was so hot with the crowd. But yeah, she got cheered on SmackDown when she came out last night to like save someone from Asuka. I can't remember
Zelina
now.
Vega.
Yeah, so she got a bit of a pop when she came out to save Zelina Vega. But yeah, she's done it now. She's now the longest reigning women's champion of the modern era. She's beaten Becky's reign from a few years ago. So I think you can have her drop the belt now. But but that being said, you just made me think. Oh, what if they do Bianca and Charlotte at SummerSlam? Ooh. Oh, oh, oh God, I don't know. Okay, uh, Asuka. Oh God, I'm going with Asuka. I just think giving her another loss, back-to-back losses to Bianca, I think that's a bit mean. That's very mean. So I just think give it to Asuka. She deserves it. Bianca's had a great reign, and I just think yeah, give it to Asuka. Maybe Bianca turns heel at the end of the match. Maybe she attacks. People are saying we need a Bianca heel turn to
I
freshen
have
up.
heard that.
Yeah, to freshen up her character because she's getting a bit stale as a babyface. So maybe heal it up. She attacks Asuka after the match or something. Maybe she wins it back off Asuka at Money in the Bank. We'll see. Yeah, but I'm gonna go with Asuka. But if Bianca retains, fair enough. But I think this is it. This is where they're gonna end Bianca's reign. Okay, we'll see. Okay, next up we have a singles match. Yes, it's a rematch from Backlash. Yes, we have Cody Rhodes going up against going up against Brock Lesnar. So it's a rematch. Backlash, like I just said. Yeah, obviously I did think there might be a rematch because obviously the Backlash match ended with Cody getting a cheeky pin on Brock and he just like ran away. Brock was like pissed off. So yeah, and you could tell Brock's into this feud because he cut that promo, didn't he? Like when he cost Cody in the world title tournaments, and he had like Cody on his lap, and he was like, "You see this, Cody?" Papa went into it. I was like, I've never seen Brock so intense in a promo. They had like Cody right down, um, and I think this is gonna be like a series, isn't it? I think they're gonna have two to three matches. So if that's the case, will Brock win this one? But do they want to give Cody a loss? if they want to keep him looking strong ahead of his potential rematch with Roman, maybe at WrestleMania 40, but that's ages away. So, oh, F it. I'm going to say Brock Lesnar for this one because if there's going to be a third match, maybe at Money in the Bank, then Cody wins that one, or wins the feud. Then I'm going to say Brock Lesnar, but maybe he cheats like Cody. Maybe he low blows Cody or something when the ref's not looking, so they kind of protect Cody, like because Brock cheated or something. I don't know, but should be a good match, hopefully. Because I quite enjoyed their match at Backlash, and obviously Brock bleeding and all that. That was quite fun. So yeah, but Brock Lesnar to win this one, and then maybe Cody wins the final match at the next pay per view. Or if Cody just wins again, fair enough. Yeah, Callum, who have you got?
It's hard to say because I think Cody's rumored to win the Money in the Bank briefcase. I think at Money in the Bank as well. I think he's one of the people are expecting to be in the match to win it or something.
Really?
Yeah, apparently. But then I do kind of expect there to be a third match because, but then Cody had 3 matches with Seth and won all 3. So and I don't know. I mean, Brock. I don't think Brock's gonna go for like any titles or anything or into any I don't know what he's gonna do after this. I guess he's a free agent, so he could just jump to Raw and maybe go for the World Heavyweight Championship if Seth Rollins wins it. And maybe we could do that feud again, so maybe you keep him strong for that reason.
Yeah.
But I feel like if Cody is going to be the one to beat Roman, and that's still what a lot of people think, then he does need to kind of not take a loss. Because, I mean, I think Roman Reigns was his first loss since he came back. And that was a screwy finish, obviously, as well, with Solo. So you can't really blame him for that. He's still strong at the end of it. So unless you have a screwy finish again... But then again, look, Brock's just beating him up again. So I feel like Cody's the underdog winner again if we do it like this. So, I'm going to go for Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes. Okay, so
I was going to say Brock Lesnar before I came into this, but I've changed my mind.
Okay, fair enough. No, you're going with Cody. I'm going with Brock. Fair enough. Okay, should be a good match nonetheless. Okay, then next up we have is a tag team match for the WWE Undisputed Tag Team Championships. Yes, we have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn defending their belts, going up against the Bloodline. But no, it's not the Usos. It's Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. I mean, Roman Reigns is not defending his belts on the show. A big WTF, I think. But on the other hand, I can understand it because this is what they're going with. Roman, he's in the storyline. Roman's like weaseling his way out of a title defense because he's going after Sammy and KO. He's doing a Thanos. I'll do it myself, and because the Usos have like failed to recapture the tag team belts off Sammy and KO. So he's teaming up with Solo, saying, "I'll be the one to bring those belts back." Me and Solo. And obviously they're teasing a lot of tension now with Roman and the Usos, Solo and the Usos. They did a Backlash. The last night on SmackDown, well, not last night, it was a few nights ago, but this week SmackDown, whatever. Roman proper got in the face, didn't he, of Jimmy and Jay? And he bumped into Solo, and Solo was like, Roman was like, oh, sorry. like he's scared of Solo. Like, okay, so are they teasing something there? So who started the last one? Was it me or you, D-Boy? I think it was me, wasn't it? So yeah. Who have you got? Have you got Sammy and KO retaining, or will Roman Reigns win the tag team championships? Oh God.
Well, because Night of Champions is in Saudi Arabia, obviously, and they have to travel there this week. There's already been pictures released of next week's SmackDown.
Yeah,
and Roman Reigns is holding up the 4 tag team championships. So like even Solo's not holding up 2. Roman's holding up all 4 titles. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, look, he's not the only champion currently not defending their belt on the show. We'll get to it in a minute, but
yeah.
Historically, Night of Champions or Clash of Champions has always been every championship is defended. And Roman has had, I think 5 defenses since Clash at the Castle against Drew. And that was well, what we're almost in June realistically, so that's what 9 months. Um, and it's his 1,000 day. You know, he'll reach that on or just after Clash of Champions and or Night of Champions,
90.
and it's like, you know, surely you want to have a defense for this moment against somebody, but instead he's going after the tag team titles. I don't think Roman and Solo are going to win. I think there's a rumor about Kevin Owens and Sammy versus DIY when Tommaso Ciampa comes back at SummerSlam. So you know that if you'd likely expect that to be for the tag team championships, rather than just a normal tag team match. I think something's going to happen with the Usos or Solo. I've also heard maybe Money in the Bank. Again, Roman doesn't defend his belt, and it's like him and Solo versus the Usos or something in a bloodline match. But yeah, I think the Usos, something's going to happen, and they're going to cost them the match or something, and KO and Sami will retain somehow. Is what I expect.
Yeah, I think Sami and KO are going to retain. It's too soon for them to drop the belts. I think they deserve at least another month or two as tag team champions. I think the whole reason this match is happening because we're going to witness the beginning of the end of the bloodline. That's what this match is going to be now, where I think the Usos are going to maybe accidentally cost Roman the match. Maybe they come out to help, and then inadvertently they both super kick Roman, OMG, and then either Roman gets pinned or Solo. I don't think Roman will get pinned. I think they want to keep that fresh for whoever beats Roman, maybe Cody or whatever later on. But I think Solo will take the pin, and Roman will be furious, and then maybe there'll be a big beatdown at the end of the match. Maybe Roman and Solo just beat up the Usos after the match. They put them through the tables, and that's it. The Usos are out with the bloodline. And I heard Roman say on SmackDown, "There's other Usos out there. There's more. Oh, there's more of the bloodline." So, are we teasing more people?
The Rock.
Well, I've heard a rumor that this is a rumor that the Solo was sent by The Rock in storyline. Yeah, and then at one point he'll go, I was sent here by not by you, my tribal chief, by the tribal chief. If you smell,
I did it for The Rock."
And Roman's like, but no, that's just a silly. Anyway, there. Sami and KO to retain, thanks to big interference from the Usos to cost Roman and Solo. Okay. Right, and the final match, which should be the main event, although Roman might main event because it's Roman, but this should main event, in my opinion. Yes, we have the tournament final for the inaugural World Heavyweight Championship. Woo-hoo-hoo! Yes, so the two finalists. Yes, we have Seth freaking Rollins and AJ Styles. Oh, I'm really excited for this match. AJ Styles, Seth Rollins. You know, these two haven't met often, but I think they had a world title match when Seth was Universal Champion at Money in the Bank. Was it 2019? So it's been a few years. You know, both men have been out of the world title picture for quite a long time. Obviously, both men are former world champions, but it's been several years since either of them held the world championship now. And this is going to be great. This is going to be a great match. I hope it goes 20, 25 minutes. There's kickouts galore. This is awesome chance. And did I start this one or you start this one, dear boy?
You start this one.
Okay. Obviously, I think Seth Rollins is the big favorite because people are saying just give him a world title. He deserves it after putting on so many amazing matches and feuds the last few years. Not having a world title and the whole crowd singing it pay-per-view show after show after show. But I'm not saying, but I think AJ Styles does have a very good chance as well. Because I just think he deserves it as well. I think AJ is just as good as Seth. Obviously, he's just recently come back with the OC. Maybe the OC cost Seth the match. But no, they can't have a screwy finish, can they? On the first match for it. So, I'm gonna say Seth Rollins. I think he'll win. Yeah, great match, but I think Seth Rollins deserves it. And yet, I like the belt. I know we haven't really had a proper discussion about the belt. I did a video on it, but me and you. So I like the belt. It's a nice design. It's not quite big gold, but it's still a nice design. And yeah, do you think they've just made this belt just so someone else can win a world title because Roman's keeping them hostage? Do you think that's the only reason they've made another world title?
I mean, yeah, if
Yeah.
they should have resplit them
Mm,
or given them to Cody and or had even if Roman just worked more, like if he had more defenses and defended
mm,
it on SmackDown and Raw as well, then it wouldn't be an issue because at least we'd see the
mm,
champion and we'd
mm.
have it defended. But like I said, it's been what 5 defenses in 9 months, give or take. So we're talking like
They're all good
it's
match,
kind of
good matches though.
again. Don't get me wrong, like they're good matches, but like you want to see a champion like Gunter's defending it on like
Mm,
most SmackDowns and Raws these days. He's had loads of defenses against like Xavier Woods and people like that on recent SmackDowns and stuff. And
mm.
it's just nice to see a title
Well,
be on,
in
to be on screen.
in Roman's defense, we didn't have a pay-per-view in December, and Survivor Series wasn't a title. There's no titles defended on Survivor Series, so
No, I mean,
that's 2 months. You can't really count. It's two.
well, I mean,
So,
technically, you could have a title match on Survivor Series, but they're obviously
yeah,
doing
war
the War
games. Yeah,
Games match.
yeah.
So, I guess I didn't count per se, but
Mm,
obviously we had WrestleMania in April, and if he's not going to be defending the belt until SummerSlam, so even then we're still talking three,
mm,
4 months after the last defense, like he's going to defend it again, if
mm.
that's what we're saying. But um, anyway, of course, Seth Rollins is on Raw and AJ Styles is on SmackDown for a start. So if you have AJ Styles win, then obviously that belt then goes to SmackDown, and the whole
Well,
him and the entirety of the OC can't go to Raw because then it doesn't balance out the amount of people on the
well,
roster properly.
well, I heard whoever wins this will get sent to the other brand because obviously Roman's on SmackDown. So if AJ did win, he'd go to Raw. That's what I've heard.
Right.
That's what I heard. If AJ wins, yeah.
So AJ and the entire OC, because I can't imagine AJ is going to split with the OC.
No, they all
So,
they all join.
so that's why I think, and obviously Seth Rollins just like I know AJ Styles has had to put up with a lot with like his tag team with Omos and then the feud with Edge and the Judgment Day as well for a while after that before he got injured and stuff. So yeah, don't get me wrong, he deserves it too. But Seth Rollins has been around like in these big feuds with Edge and Cody and people like that, and not had anything come out of it. Basically, he was a
Well,
US champion for maybe 2 weeks,
he, he,
and
he did
then
he did
lost it.
he did beat Logan Paul at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah. Well, that makes it all worth it,
It was
doesn't it?
it was a good match.
It was
Good
a good
match.
match. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, I think it just makes most sense for Seth Rollins to win, and I feel like he deserves. I mean, I'm not saying AJ doesn't, but definitely Seth Rollins for me as well.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. We're both going with Seth. It should be a great match nonetheless. But yeah, I think Seth deserves to be the first person to hold that belt, and hopefully he has a good reign. Maybe he holds it all the way to maybe till the Rumble or WrestleMania 40. Yeah, hopefully he has a nice lengthy reign with that belt. So yeah, good. Although I do feel bad Edge isn't in the final because they did that whole thing with Edge saying, "This is my time. I haven't got long left. I've got to win that belt for big. I never lost the big gold." And then he didn't even get to the final. Come on, poor Edge. Maybe Edge faces Seth for it down the line, and Edge has one last run before he retires. Maybe. Okay. So before we finish, we'll talk about the other champions. Austin Theory, as of right now, isn't, but he did have like a stare down with Sheamus last night, and Sheamus broke him, didn't he? So,
Yeah,
so maybe that'll be
maybe.
announced. That'll be announced next week. Maybe if that match happens, I'm going with Austin Theory because it hasn't had enough build, I think, to justify Theory losing the belt. But maybe they're saving it for Money in the Bank. I don't know. But if that match just get announced, I think it's there's not enough build, there's not enough feud. I just think Austin Theory's had. So, but if Sheamus did dethrone Austin Theory, fair enough. But I think Austin Theory will retain via shenanigans. But if that match happens, who have you got, Callum?
Austin Theory.
Austin Theory, yeah.
Yeah. The women's tag titles aren't being defended on Night of Champions. They're being defended on the Raw after, I think. Weirdly, because Liv and Raquel have had to relinquish the championships because Liv is injured. So there's a fatal four-way for that on like a Raw or something. But
I
again, I'm not sure why you wouldn't do that on a Night of Champions.
I swear to God, those belts are cursed. They just drop them. No one cares about them. Everyone who holds them has bad reigns, apart from maybe like one or two tag teams. It's just those belts are just cursed. um, another we might get Rhea Ripley and then
Rhea
Natalia.
and Natalia.
Yay!
Yeah.
Like okay, just such what a random match. But yeah, obviously Natalia came out and stared down Rhea Ripley. Fair enough. I
Not
mean,
not not this week, but the week before, wasn't it? I don't think they had
yeah,
anything this week
I
to
know.
even build it. So are you going to just throw a match together
I stared
based
down.
on one thing? Also, hold on. Did Becky Lynch not challenge Trish Stratus
Least.
to a match at Night of Champions?
Oh yeah, is that
I'm,
going to happen?
I don't think it's been announced yet, but I'm sure she cut a promo and was like, "Let's do this at Night of Champions."
Oh really?
So
I'm not.
maybe that'll be confirmed on Raw.
I'm yeah. If that match happens, I'm not gonna lie. I do not care about that feud. I don't know why. It's doing nothing for me.
Well, Becky was away for ages. Like
I know.
When Trish originally turned on her, she wasn't there for
Hmm.
3 weeks, then came back.
I, I don't know. It's just I like Trish. I like Becky, but it just something's missing. And I'm just watching that feud going. It just whatever, whatever. I don't know. I used to love Becky, but I just feel like she's really the last year she's really gone down the card in my opinion. But that's fair enough, obviously, to give all the other women their world title stuff. But I don't know. I've just is what it is. But if that match happens, I'm definitely going with it with Becky. Definitely.
Yeah, I think it would have to be, wouldn't it? But I mean, since it's Night of Champions and it's Saudi Arabia, maybe they'd want to give a big legend a big win. So something kind of tells me Trish Stratus and maybe we'd do another match.
Hmm. Hmm.
But I don't know.
Well, I think Becky's more accomplished now than Trish Stratus. She's got more belts, more like title reigns. But I don't know, whatever. But anyway, we'll leave that. So, but yeah, I guess Trish is a Hall of
And I
Fame.
don't think we said that Rhea would win if it was her and Natalia as well. We probably
Yeah,
should add.
Rhea does not. I don't have to think about that. Rhea, 100%. And that's it for all the
I mean,
titles, isn't
I'm
it?
not sure what the NXT women's
No.
tag team champions are doing because they've still got the belts on SmackDown. And I haven't because Indy Hartwell vacated the belt before she left, and the two Scottish other ones called mix up their names. Is it Alba Dawn or is it Alba Fire? And then something. No, Isla
Alba
Dawn,
Dawn.
Isla Dawn, and Alba Fire. That's it. Sorry, I got
You're
them mixed up.
you're turning into
Um,
me. You t
they've both got red hair. They both kind of look the same.
D D
Dakota and
D Dakota Kai, Tegan Knox. Which one are you? Yeah. Um. Okay then.
yeah.
Well, we'll leave it there then. So yes, Night of Champions is taking place next weekend. I think at an earlier time. Well, here in the UK, but obviously in America too, because obviously it's different time zones. So yeah, we hope you all enjoy it, guys. I'll be back with Callum, uh, probably in sometime in June for our Money in the Bank prediction video. Of course, another UK pay-per-view. I think we're getting one a year now because we had Clash of Champions last year, Clash at the Castle last year. Yeah, Clash at the Castle last year, and then yeah, we're getting Money in the Bank in London. So very very nice. Yes, thank you all for watching, guys. What are your predictions for Night of Champions? Comment below, let us know, and we will see you all very soon. Bye, guys.